Hello mathematicians, welcome to the number jungle. So we're going to tackle this problem so hard they're going to have to take it to the hospital, or should I say l'hôpital. Now the first thing we want to start off with is whether we can actually use the l'hôpital method. So we're going to want to see if this is in fact an indeterminate form. So I can just tell from first glance that as x is approaching 0, this is going to be 1 minus cosine of 3 times 0, which is going to be 1. So it's 1 minus 1 plus 0 squared, which is 0. So it's going to be 0 over e to the cosine of x that's e to the 1, which is e. And that's going to be minus e times ln of x plus 1, that's 0, plus 1. So it's e minus e. So we end up with 0 over 0, which is in fact an indeterminate form. So we can apply L'Hopital's rule by deriving the top and the bottom separately, and that's going to hopefully take us to a simpler method, to a simpler version of the function that should altogether be easier for us to solve. So we're going to differentiate the top, and that will net us with sine, because the negatives cancel out, 3 sine 3x plus 2x, and just at first glance we can see that 3 sine 3x plus 2x when x is 0 is going to be equal to 0. And then e to the cosine x by the chain rule is going to be minus sine e to the cosine x minus e, because that's just multiplication, times 1 over x plus 1, and I just distributed, and we can ignore that plus 1 in this case. So what we end up with is 0 over minus sine x e to the cosine x, which is going to equal 0, minus e times 1 over x plus 1, which is minus e times 1 over 0 plus 1, if we just want to look at this in a more simple light. And what we end up with is 0 over minus e, which of course is equal to 0. So using L'Hopital's rule, we can see that the limit of this whole function here, using the rule once, is going to lead us to 0. So as this function approaches 0, the top is going to, I suppose, approach 0 at a faster rate than the bottom approaches 0, causing it not to explode, but rather to implode. In case the chicken scratch above was a little bit difficult to understand, I've cleaned up the steps right here. So as you can see, we differentiate the top and the bottom, and that gives us two solutions, and then we evaluate that solution at 0, because we're taking the limit as x approaches 0, and that will bring us to 3 sine 0 plus 0 over 0 times e to the first minus e over 1, which becomes minus 0 over e, which becomes 0. So as we can now see, the limit of this function here is going to be equal to 0. Thank you very much.